Yo, 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 welcome to the Hulaham Hour. I am Kurtis alongside Nick, and we are bringing a guest today. Welcome, Mr. Jeff Wescott. What's up, brother?
What's going on, boys? How you doing?
Good, good, good. All right, man. Let's kick it, ladies and gents. Oh, main feed, guest layout. All right. So, Nick, what's happening this week, brother?
Not much, man. What's going on?
Oh, got our first in-house guest. We promised you guys the last couple weeks. We made it work. Welcome, Jeff. How's it going, man?
Good, brother. How you doing?
Doing freaking great, man. Doing freaking great. So we're going to get down to our normal everyday business here. We're going to get Jeff to chime in with us as well. And Nick as always, but welcome back to the Hulaham Hour, ladies and gentlemen. We have crested 14,000 subscribers as of recently.
Damn.
I want to say thank you all very, very much. We appreciate it. But, yeah, let's get right into it. So a couple big moves happening this week in the NFL. Nick, lay us on one of the big ones.
Well, I'll let you take your ex-quarterback. I'll take Stefon Diggs to the Patriots for 3 years, $69 million.
Yeah.
I think that's a great pickup.
It is, because Drake may need somebody to throw the ball to. He doesn't have anybody to throw the ball to, but now he does have somebody to throw the ball to. I've always liked Stefon Diggs as a player, except for when he played in Minnesota, because I can't root for anybody that's in Minnesota. But I thought he was going to do a lot better in Houston than he did with C.J. Stroud throwing to him. But, yeah, I think that's a good move. Patriots needed a number. He can be a number one again in New England, which is they need. So,
well, since Tom Brady's left, yeah, they haven't done much.
Yeah, no, it's been one shitty situation after another in New England. So, but I hope they keep losing because they're, we're watching the Chiefs now do what the Patriots did for a number of years. And
I absolutely hate Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
Patrick Mahomes,
yeah.
I cannot stand you.
The
and
devil
Travis
worshipers.
Kelce, go fuck yourself.
Yeah, the devil worshippers, man.
Jesus
Christ.
If I have to see Taylor Swift one more time on the television, I think I'm going to jump off the fucking building.
So bad. It's so bad, man. Yeah. Yep, we call them the devil worshipers on this pod.
That probably makes sense.
Yeah, they do a lot of devil worshiping, this seances and sacrifices from Taylor Swift's fans.
Probably a lot of child, sex slavery and shit like that too. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah. So, yeah. Stefon Diggs, that's a big move. But yeah, like you said, moving on. Russ Wilson signed a 1-year, potentially $21 million contract with the New York Giants.
It's with the Giants?
Yep. I still do not think that it's going to make the Giants worth a shred of a shit. But Nick, what are your thoughts on Russ going to New York?
Oh, they're going to draft a quarterback just to sit him a year. That's all Russ is here for.
Oh, 100%. 100%. Do you believe they have number 2, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, do you think they're going to take Sanders?
I think they should.
Yeah, it'd be smart.
I think
Sanders.
so too, yep.
Yeah, it'd be a really good pickup for the Giants. But, to be honest, Russ, you can say what you want about him. He's hit or miss anymore and at the stage he's in his career. However, I could have seen him in Malik Neighbors in New York actually doing something good and fun, but we'll see if it actually conspires because I really don't think it's going to because the Giants are a dumpster fire of an organization. So,
agreed.
Yeah, man. I wish him the best, but like you said, Nick, that does lead me to the next breaking headline here that I saw.
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, that I seen just before we got on here. That Aaron Rodgers has a pending contract from the Steelers.
Maybe he can last more than one play this year.
And the Steelers are just awaiting his take, I guess. Did you see anything on that, Nick?
No, I have not yet.
Yeah, it just broke while we were out here on the TVs.
All 12 of them.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. There's an offer. I hope that he doesn't, and I hope that Aaron Rodgers is shift manager at Home Depot in September of this year. That's where
you
I'm at.
You can
with
hope
it.
all you want. You know he's going there. It's just
I know, but I can be pessimistic about it still. And I'm not. I've said this again, and I'll say it again. Mike Tomlin will have his first losing season as a Pittsburgh Steelers head coach if Aaron Rodgers is the starting quarterback in 2025.
Oh, how could you say that, dude? Rodgers is, he's such a great coach. Look what he did for the Jets last year. Just phenomenal job Aaron did.
Phenomenal job.
Did he break up with his girlfriend? What was her name? Moon or Star or something shit like that?
No, he was dating Richard Simmons. Yeah, that's who it was. Yeah.
No, I'm telling you. She had blue hair and she was out of her fucking mind.
Yeah, the left-wing liberal, blue-haired, freaking, crazy.
He's not left-wing, is he, Rodgers?
I don't think so.
I think they asked him to be vice president, didn't they? At one point in time,
dude, that would be the worst.
I swear to God,
man, that'd be terrible.
He got invited to be vice president.
He's not like that. But he's such a look at this headline. If Aaron Rodgers says no to Pittsburgh, what will the Steelers' plan at quarterback look like? Okay, I know. Mason Rudolph, I would take over Aaron Rodgers at this point.
Trade for Kirk Cousins.
Well, I would.
The only hope that the Steelers have, yes, Nick, you just said it, is that the Steelers can work a deal, because if Aaron Rodgers keeps kicking the can down the road, if they could get Kirk Cousins from the Falcons, that would be really the only hope I'd have for Pittsburgh not to get Aaron Rodgers.
Is his contract up?
Well, Aaron Rodgers is a free agent.
I'm talking about Kirk Cousins.
Kirk Cousins, no. So the Falcons signed him to a hellacious deal.
Well, absolutely.
And he robbed them blind because he ended up sucking. And they got benched for Michael Penix.
Yeah, his last good game, it was against Tom Brady. 6 years ago.
Yeah. So anyways, so now they're paying Michael Penix a rookie contract salary.
Okay.
And they're paying Kirk Cousins to be a second-string quarterback now. Major bucks.
Bench warmer.
Yeah, pretty much. The most expensive bench warmer in the NFL currently.
Is that true? I think Aaron Rodgers was last year.
No. Kirk Cousins makes way more than Rodgers.
Yeah, yep.
I meant, just sitting around on the bench not doing anything.
Yeah, so I think there were a couple other moves that weren't super, crazy, but Cam Ward had his pro day. Did you happen to catch any of that, Nick?
Yeah, I did catch a little bit of that, and he looked like he did, all throughout college. He still looked impressive.
They keep saying he looks impressive, but I really, to be honest, watched the tape a decent amount, and I was not impressed with his tape as much as everybody else is. Do I think he's going to be terrible in the NFL? No. Do I think he's going to be great in the NFL? No. I think he's just going to be another 500 quarterback.
Now, you say tape, what? Combine, or what are we talking?
So he didn't throw at the combine because all these snobs we talked about a couple weeks ago with our combine episode that they don't want to show up. They don't want to show up and throw. They want to show up and just do interviews. They want everybody to come and see them at their pro day where they have it at their college and throw to their receivers and all this kind of shit. Yeah. Well, you know what? I think it's bullshit. I said it before.
Well, that is bullshit. You want to join the fucking league, man. You want to be in the show. You should show up to what we provide. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah. So
makes no sense at all.
But yeah, his pro day was yesterday, I believe, and it was mediocre in my opinion. I was not blown away. I was not like, oh my God, this guy definitely deserves to be number one. And the headline that I saw on ESPN before we started the podcast today was that Cam Ward impresses at pro day and solidifies his spot as the number one draft. And I just think that's freaking ridiculous to me.
I don't know Cam Ward. Is he a running back?
No, quarterback for University of Miami. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And like I said, he can throw the ball. He's a big dude. He can chuck it. And I'll give him that. But I don't know.
Who was the last quarterback out of Miami? He could throw the ball too, but religious freak. What was his nuts?
Tim Tebow. Is that
Tim Tebow, baby. Shout out Tim.
Yeah, I'm a religious guy.
What's Tim Tebow up to nowadays?
Dude, I think he's just announcing. I think he's
college football.
I think he works for Fox, I believe.
Yeah, and just being a great person.
Yeah,
Tim is a great person.
Yeah, being a
fucking how dare you, Nick?
Being an absolute stud.
This guy's a stud, dude. He's one of God's soldiers. All right, and I believe in Tim Tebow.
Yeah, he's the reason that the John 3:16's at every football game still.
John 3:16
sign in the crowd.
I thought that was like
I don't know.
No, that was Austin 3:16.
Whatever it is, whatever.
No, that's what I'm talking about. Stone Cold Steve Austin, baby.
Yeah, Stone Cold Steve Austin, baby.
First lights, baby. Woo!
Oh shit. Yeah. So we do still have a little football off topic, but. And Nick, I know that you mentioned you didn't really want to talk about this, but we don't have to spend a lot of time on it. But the UFL is going to be starting soon, which is the second best thing in the United States to football. Or
UFL
regular
is?
NFL. Yep, the UFL, United Football League. It starts.
Is that the indoor league?
Oh shit, dude! They start this weekend. Yeah, they start this weekend as week 1. Yep.
No, what do them guys get paid?
Peanuts, dude.
Dude, that's what I'm talking
They're
about. They
probably
get paid
third in
peanuts.
rating
yeah.
to women's
Come on,
flag
join our
football.
UFL. Now,
Yeah.
do they have an opportunity to go to the NFL from the UFL?
Yeah, because that's where Detroit got their kicker, Jake Bates. He was kicking for the Michigan Panthers, and he was like, the Michigan Panthers play at Ford Field. They don't sell out, obviously, but they still play there. And Jake Bates made what, a 65 or 66-yarder, Nick, right?
Damn.
Yeah, and then the Lions were
54,
like, oh, our kickers suck, and they're all hurt. And
Well,
come
we
and
had a
play
good
for
kicker
us.
last year.
That's Jake Bates.
No,
Or
the year before.
No, yeah, he was. Who did we have? Shit, I'm drawing a
He
blank.
drank for whoever. Come on, the guy was the shit, dude.
Yeah,
he basically made all of our points that we had that year.
Yeah, either way.
Come on, you fuck. Nick, who was it? Who was our kicker 2 years ago?
Yeah, see, I don't remember. I got Jake Bates on the mind, man. And the only relevant kicker to me before that was Jason Hansen, and it's been years.
It wasn't
since
Jason
he played.
Hansen. No, this guy was a fucking.
guy from
Oh,
the
Matt
Chargers.
Prater.
Matt Prater,
Yeah,
dude.
no, we
Fucking
had
Matt
him. Yeah,
Prater's
but
the
he
shit, dog.
Yeah, but he wanted way too much money for an older kicker.
Well, because he 2
Yeah,
years
but
ago
then
he
but
made
then-
more points
no,
than
but
we
then-
fucking
yeah.
did
No,
total.
Then he goes to Denver and they paid him way too much money for what they got. It wasn't good.
Well, that's the mile high. Isn't that where Russell Wilson just came from?
Russell Wilson was in Denver, and then he went to Pittsburgh last year.
Okay, he went to Pittsburgh last year.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And he sucked in Denver too. I
Mm-hmm.
fucking hate Russell Wilson.
Yeah. So, anyways, the UFL starting this weekend, and then in about a month from this weekend, we have the NFL draft coming up in Green Bay. It is, I believe, April 26th. I think it starts.
Exciting.
Draft info. Learn more. I should have these dates memorized, and I don't. Yeah, the 24th. I was right. Yeah, it starts Thursday, April 24th. It's first round. I believe Friday, April 25th is the second and third round, and Saturday, April 26th is the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th round of the NFL draft this year. Like we said before, the only good luck I want to send Green Bay is for hosting the draft because it is a big thing in the NFL world, and I wish them the best. But as we stated before on this channel, nobody will beat the crowd that Detroit had last year of over 250,000 people 3 days in a row.
Dang.
So, yeah, it's pretty wild. So
They cleaned Detroit up, let me tell you.
yeah, it sure did.
Besides by the casinos, they're dangerous.
So where, Nick, the one curious thing with the draft, and it just seems like, you have Sanders and Ward are the top two quarterback recruits, and then they're putting that Jackson Dart as the third. Where do you see Dart landing at?
It's kind of a crapshoot because the Steelers would be one if he falls far enough, but they got him going at like 11 or 12. If I'm Las Vegas, I might think about it, even though you just picked up Geno. He's older, and have him sit for a couple of years. Mm-hmm. If you got a scenario like that, I think he'll go pretty high, to be honest.
Yeah. I don't know where he'd land. I would love to see him fall to Pittsburgh. That would be great. I doubt that's going to happen, but that would be really cool. I would really enjoy that a lot. Anything but Aaron Rodgers, for the love of Christ.
Oh, no, you still got to deal with him this year. That'd be next year.
Dude, watch your mouth when you talk to me like that, all right? So, yeah. So, anyways, I'm not 100% hosting Speedy Running Back. Yeah, going through some different. Dude, yeah. This is football related. However, I think it's kind of funny as well. You guys remember LaShawn Johnson? Looks like he was a running back for the Cardinals. That name ring a bell at all?
No.
Well, apparently, Fox News is reporting, former NFL player LaShawn Johnson charged in FBI's largest dog fighting bust of all time.
Another Michael Vick ring going on here. Jesus Christ.
190 animals seized.
Oh, my God. All pit bulls?
It just says for indictment. Let's see here.
190?
He pleaded guilty to similar charges in 2004, so he looks like he was doing it when Mike Vick was doing it.
Yeah, that was around Mike
And
Vick
then
got in trouble, right?
Mike Vick learned his lesson. And
Yeah, he went to prison.
Yeah, dude, I seen a clip recently where somebody was there, like they had Mike Vick on as a guest on their podcast. Or
Yeah,
some
well, he's
shit,
on,
and they
like,
got talking about
he's-
dogs, and they were like, "Oh, we're gonna change the subject."
What's your favorite breed, Mike? How are you? What dog would you recommend?
Yeah. So, yeah, dude.
No, that's hilarious.
I seen that headline.
Now,
I thought
what do you
was
think that
wild.
they bet on these dogs? Well, like when
You
they're
know,
fighting, is that
from
what's
what
going
I
on?
remember, I would imagine that they put the two dogs in the ring and bet on them and see which one dies.
Now,
and
is
which
it
one
like
doesn't.
NFL players, or is he like in the hood somewhere? Like,
So I would imagine he's probably just in the hood somewhere.
So we're
I
talking-
wouldn't imagine that any other NFL players.
this
would
was
be,
at Cardinals.
No,
So this is
I was
St.
going.
Louis,
I was
Missouri?
going off of the picture from him playing football. I don't know if that's where he's from. It says of Oklahoma.
Oklahoma,
And
eh?
it's, yeah,
Home of the
LaShawn
Tiger
Johnson
King,
of
baby. Woo!
Oklahoma pleaded guilty in similar case in 2004. 190 animals. Though,
That's
man.
a lot of animals,
That's
dude.
a crazy
That's a lot of
amount
dog
of
food
animals
right there.
That's a crazy
a lot of
dog
dog
food. The
food
dog
right
food are the other dogs, Jeff. That's
Well, that makes sense too. You know what I mean?
Oh shit, man. Yeah. So I seen that headline. I thought that was kind of wild.
I see a lot of headlines. You see the Asaba River Queen
Disgraced
song?
ex-NFL, yeah. Wow.
Funny shit.
Yeah.
Also, next week, important date.
What's
they
that?
Vote to make permanent the new kickoff rule, and they need 24 votes.
Oh, they're
Owners
voting to make.
meeting.
Oh, is the NFL or the player owner meetings or the owners meetings are next week?
I
Correct?
think that's a good idea.
Yeah,
I don't
They're
know the
voting
new
to make it
kickoff.
permanent.
I'm indifferent on the new kickoff. I kind of think it's stupid, personally. We'll see. I just find it funny that they did it all for safety, right? But yet the amateur level in college football still does our old kickoff. I think that's kind of wild.
No, okay, never mind. I didn't hear Nick correctly. No, I'm all for kicking off and running back and just smashing the other person.
Yeah.
I
thank
hate
you.
going like what
Thank
did
you, yeah.
they move it to?
No, so they did it like they pulled up. I can pull up, but they pretty much did it where the teams line up next to one another, and then they can't run at all until the other guy catches the ball.
That's so gay.
It is,
Yeah,
dude.
that's
These
so
guys
gay.
make millions of dollars.
For sure. And that's how people get hurt. Special teams, baby.
They make millions of dollars. They can put themselves in some danger.
That's what I want to
The
see.
kickoff is ridiculous. I hope that they don't vote that through. Now, as we spoke, I think it was last week on the rule change that the Lions were implementing, or they're trying to implement, I should say. They're trying to make it so right now, if you win the division, you automatically get a home game if you win your division.
Makes sense.
And some divisions suck, and the team that wins it's like 9-8, and shouldn't have a home game because, like last year, it would if this rule would have been in place, I think all three teams that made the playoffs in the Packers, the Vikings, and the Lions all would have hosted a home playoff game when only the Lions got a home playoff game. So I hope that rule still gets voted in. I think it will. I think it should. And there's a few others we went over. The Packers have a stupid one, and they want to ban the tush push, like the quarterback sneak, which, again, another, like, man up. And
Lamar
play.
Jackson's fucked.
Yeah, so, I'm looking at other stuff. Let's see here. I really don't think there was super Titans signing. Yeah, it's just kind of whatever. It looks like J.J. McCarthy's been passing all his tests. I have been seeing some headlines with J.J. That he was being interviewed and mentioned something about, they haven't really told me that I'm going to be the starting quarterback yet. And it's like, dude, the season hasn't even started. Training camp's not even in session yet. I don't think they're going to name you the starter because I still think the Vikings are holding on a shred of a hope that Aaron Rodgers still wants to come and play for them.
No, they
Really?
named
You
the
think the
starter
Vikings
today.
are?
By the way.
They were a player. What was that, Nick?
They named him the starting QB moving forward as of today.
Okay, so they must have. Yeah. Well, I must have read the headline wrong then. Well, good for him. Good for him. Or maybe they were showing the complaining and then showing the thing going
Yeah,
forward.
said they were moving forward with him as QB1.
Cool.
They're
Well, good for
moving
him.
towards Aaron Rodgers.
No, they were thinking about it, but now after making him number one, they won't do that.
Say, you might as well call Tom Brady up and say, Tom, you want to come back? Let's play some ball."
Come back, yeah.
I think Tom's bored. He probably does want to come back and play.
I don't know, man. I just hope he doesn't announce as many games next year. But hey, that's just me. So, yeah, I think that's gonna wrap up our football talk a little bit this week. So, Nick, you got anything else on football this week, brother?
No, not really.
All right, cool. Okay, moving on to our second favorite topic on this channel, the TGL. Tomorrow's Golf League, for those of you that are unfamiliar. However, the inaugural season wrapped up last night with the Atlanta Drive Golf Club taking the 2025 inaugural championship from New York. It was honestly, the two most fun matches that we've watched all year. There was one on Monday night where things happened, like Xander throwing the hammer late that would have probably made New York win that match Monday. Gets called off, doesn't win it. Same thing kind of happens on Tuesday night where, New York goes up into the last singles holes, the last 6 holes of the match, up 3 points, and ends up losing because Billy Horschel made one of the best putts I've seen in a very, very long time. Very, very long time.
From how far?
It was about a 30-footer, I want to say.
Nice.
But it was the elevation change and the slope that was at. It was just an unbelievable putt. Nick, what was I gave kind of the highlights. What was your favorite parts of the matches, man?
Man, I was kind of hoping to win a third game, but just
Me
the
too.
hammer usage ended up being the biggest decider in that.
It really did. And I was complaining to him last night. I was like, so the way these hammers work is if you think you're going to win a hole or, you just want to kind of roll the dice or whatever, you can throw a hammer and you get 3 per round.
Okay.
And if the team accepts it, the hole is now worth 2 points. However, the team that can decline it, but they just give up the 1 point for the hole.
Okay.
So essentially what Atlanta did yesterday was they saved all 3 hammers.
Now, when you say team, how many people are on a team?
They're 3-sums.
Okay, there's 3-sums.
Yep.
And how many teams?
There's 6 total teams in the league so far. There's the Bay, Atlanta, New York, LA, Boston, and Jupiter Golf Club.
Okay.
And I found it funny that the only 2 teams that did not make the playoffs were Tiger Woods and Roy McIlroy's team, and they were the 2 lead heads on getting this league started. I thought that was really, really funny.
Because they're old as fuck, dude. I mean, get off. Dude, go bang more fucking white chicks, Tiger. Get on to golf. I'm sick of seeing you.
Yeah, so, but yeah, it was, like, I'll give credit to Arthur Blank, the owner of all, like, the Atlanta Falcons, and now he's the owner of this Atlanta Golf Club, and
Jerry
all that.
Jones playing this league.
But Atlanta deserved to win it, It was really fun to watch, but it was sad to see New York lose in the manner that they did because they really lost both nights on 2 lipped putts. There was 2 putts that Xander could have made, Xander Schauffele should have made, that he didn't. And, yeah, dude, what were your overall thoughts on the putting on the match last night, Nick?
It started out pretty shaky, and the last match was kind of a little shaky too, but it picked up about halfway through once they hit the singles.
Yeah, when Billy Horschel was getting interviewed, and he said, one putt's got to fall, and everything's going to fall in place. And then he makes that awesome putt, turns around, throws his golf club, and goes, "This is my fucking house!" That was awesome, dude. Like,
It all starts with that one putt.
So pumped up. But it was, literally, Xander Schauffele goes, "He's not making this putt. No offense." But and then he just fucking sinks it. If I was him, I'd be like,
dumps it right in him, dude.
God damn, man.
Nice.
Yeah, so, yeah, I don't know. Overall, what were your overall thoughts on the league as a whole, Nick?
I think the way it grew throughout the year, it was a very successful year, and they'll come up with new rules next year to make it more interesting.
For sure. And having a $21 million purse for your first year,
yeah,
that'll
was do it.
Great purse.
That's nice.
Winners got $9 million to split between the 4. There's 4 players on each team, but 3 play.
Okay.
So they got a sub
Yeah,
in
they got
case
a sub,
somebody can't
actually,
come
yeah.
or whatever. But, yeah, man, it was very fun. So much fun to watch the fans. And the announcers had made a couple of comments about how, they let the people in for the playoff games a couple hours earlier. And they're like, the swing lube is just flowing, and they're like, these people are excited.
Oh, I bet.
Everybody's
a
amped
little
and knocking.
loose.
They gave everybody a hammer to wave around. Like, it's a totally different environment than a PGA match.
Oh,
so,
for sure.
1,500 people in a U. The way that they work is they hit into the big screen.
Yeah.
They hit off real grass, real turf,
And they turn it.
and then they have a green behind them that they actually finish putting on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've
and,
seen them. They pull it up too after they wear it down so much, and they'll pull green up, and then they'll put another one right back down.
Well, yeah, they changed the hole location, each hole. Because there was actually one, I don't know if you caught this or not, Nick, but there was a putt that one of the old holes, they didn't finish it right. And Ricky Fowler asked for some relief to have it moved over.
Yeah.
So they need that guy probably got fucking fired. But, yeah, I don't know. It's a very impressive thing. There's so many big money backers for it. that it's just going to be very hard for it to fail. Like me and Nick looked at tickets, and they really weren't outrageous. They're like $400
for
a
sure,
piece.
but also like weather too. Like
you don't have to worry about it.
You don't have to. I mean, winter time, like you don't have to fucking go to
Correct.
Florida or
even
Georgia
though it's in Florida.
Okay,
you do have to go to Florida, actually.
But yeah, I mean, but go, play golf in Florida in, fucking February. I mean, my mom does, so it's like, it's still fun. But.
Yep. No, I get it, because I always normally go golfing when I'm down in Florida in January. So, yeah. But yeah, dude, I don't know. It's been very, very fun. Nick, you going to make it on us? You going to make it? Fuck yeah. Hell yeah. So yeah, Jamie, give me a beer. Hell yeah. So yeah, man, I don't know. The TGL this year is an overall, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. It was very exciting to watch from a new, it's not sport, but new broadcast perspective for golf.
Well, it's definitely a sport.
Well, yeah, but it's a different take on golf. It is.
Yeah, it is for sure. I guess.
But I also think that
is like.
I think it's
cornhole for fucking horseshoes. You know what I mean? It's a sport.
I think though that overall it could attract a younger demographic to golf as well, because like everyone's kids are there enjoying themselves, kind of thing, and that because golf for kids, it ain't for kids.
Disc golf is for children.
It's just not. Well, no, like playing golf, great for kids, but watching golf, watching the PGA as a child on television.
Oh yeah, they don't want to hear.
They don't want to watch that.
Shit.
But this keeps enough interaction going that I feel like it definitely could draw a very good demographic. I think it has. And like I was saying earlier, there's so much money back. Like there's so many celebrities at these events that are owners of these golf clubs, and that's where the purse comes from. But they also know how much money and revenue is available. And
what kind of celebrities are we talking about?
Dude, like I think Serena Williams is part owner in one of them.
God,
like,
has she gotten so sexy?
Celine, dude, yeah.
Dude, I mean, for her halftime show, I looked at her when she did the crip walk. I was like, I never looked at her like I wanted to fuck her. Now after seeing her, I'm like, wow, dude, like she's so hot.
Oh man. Yeah, but there's
shout out
also,
Serena Williams.
There's also I could sit here and name a bunch of them, but like Celine Dion was at one of the matches and sang and shit. Like it's just I don't know. There's just so many different people.
Celine Dion.
But yeah, dude. There's just there's a lot of backing for it. There's a lot of potential for it. I really am very curious to see. You know what? Do you think, Nick, that they're gonna wait till January again to have another league, or do you think they'll try to like start it earlier in the year, like kind of like October, November instead, to make the season longer next year?
Well, I think they'll do it more after the FedEx Championship and start it earlier than they did. They're going to play it as more of an off-season for these guys rather than overlapping with the beginning of the year this year.
Well, I was going to say, you would think it would be an off-season because a lot of these guys play, I would imagine, in the PGA.
And they did schedule all of the matches on Mondays and Tuesdays to avoid them having to, because they're either traveling or playing in the Pro-Am on Wednesday. Whoa. And then Thursday starts the round, so they definitely scheduled the round.
They're still flying and wear and tear. I mean, on your,
for sure.
I get it.
For sure. So yeah, I very happy with the overall outcome of the league. I think there's no ceiling for it. I really think that we could see these stadiums pop up all over the place. This could hopefully when they do it, they expand. I think there's probably got to be a good amount of guys that want to play that haven't.
What do these things cost?
The stadium to build?
Yeah, the stadium to build. Because I mean, like the Sphere, for example, in Las Vegas, like they're losing money, big time. So you got to think of like one of these, like how many do they have, and do they cost? Because obviously there's a lot of technology.
It says $50 million.
$50 mil?
Yep, it says.
Well, fuck, dude, that doesn't seem bad.
What's the revenue? No,
$50 million doesn't seem bad at all.
It costs $50 million to build SoFi Center and it only houses. Yeah, so $50 million to build it, but that I believe. I don't think that would include like
the house
the
or
software. I think that's probably just the stadium.
Okay, well that's
the software.
I'm talking about the software.
Oh well, you know what? I guess maybe
because like the Sphere,
it's a 250,000 square foot venue, so $50 million seems about right. Yeah, $50 million. That does include all the tech-driven shit.
Well, that seems like that's doable.
Yeah, and
50 mil doesn't
if you
seem
compare,
too
granted, I know it's only 1,500 people, which makes a lot of exclusivity to it, and it gives you that intimate experience instead of being in the nosebleeds, So, but at $50 million a piece, to be honest. Those are buildable in almost every major city.
Oh, dude, $50 million is nothing.
And because the teams are 4-person teams, there's no reason they couldn't expand next year to 16, 20, 24 teams. And I really think they could have, they almost.
You think they'd have still the competition still?
Oh, 100%. To be honest, the teams that made the championship were the teams that started off almost the worst besides Boston and Jupiter. I mean, they weren't. New York lost their first 3 matches, 4 matches, 2 matches, but they won the rest of the year out. So it just goes to show you that and like you said, they started that hammer. They had it different in the beginning of the year and changed it like halfway through and made it way easier to use it.
Okay.
So that and with it being, when's the last time you can say you tuned into a new sport really and watch something develop? It's golf, but it's golf different, and that's why it's called Tomorrow's Golf League, and that's why I like it so much because it's not your grandfather's golf. Man.
Yeah, a lot of the new sports they have. What's the one that you throw bags?
Cornhole.
I fucking hate that sport, dude. That sport, it's like horseshoes for poor people. I don't know. I don't like it.
Horseshoes for poor people. I love it. Let's start that trend. Hashtag horseshoes for poor people.
Dude, you can't afford a pit, dude, and a fucking ring and some metal fucking horseshoes, dude. You got to get a box and some bags.
Oh, I love it.
Funny part is cornhole is more expensive than horseshoes.
Yeah, it is.
It probably. I have a cornhole thing. My dad's huge into it, but I'm not. I don't know. I just don't like it.
Have you ever watched the professional cornhole league before on TV?
No, but I like.
It'll blow your mind.
Well,
it really will. They don't miss.
Well, same with bowling, dude. I watch these professional bowlers.
They don't miss.
God damn, dude. This guy's
got this is why they're
9
pros.
strikes in a row, and then 1 spare.
At least golf is one sport that you can watch, and every once in a while, there's a fuck up that makes you go, damn, that makes me feel good about my game.
Oh, I see that all the time,
this guy's getting
dude.
paid to do this
for
shit
sure.
for a living, and this is what we get. So, yeah, man, I don't know. Very excited about next season. I hope they expand a little bit. It'd be nice to see them expand. So with that being said, Nick, I don't even remember what PGA tournament was last weekend.
Oh,
Valspar Championship.
Yeah.
Victor Hovland took the win.
Nice.
Total of 11 under.
He's a young dude, right?
Younger.
Itch.
Yep. 27.
20.
Yep.
Yeah.
Looks like the purse for that was $8.7 million. Victor Hovland took home like $1.5 million of that as the victor of that tournament. There wasn't a lot of big names in it because there was a lot of the big names. It looks like, there was a decent amount of names.
Justin Thomas finished second. What are you talking about? And won the TGL.
Justin Thomas finished second. Yeah, sorry, I'm just getting it pulled up here. But, yeah, so, it's funny because, Xander Schauffele finished 12th, and Justin Thomas finished second, almost won the thing. But I feel like their performance in TGL on Monday and Tuesday was kind of weak comparison to what their other ones were, and I wonder if it had to do with the fact that they played in this tournament and the rest of the guys looked like they didn't.
Makes sense. Practice makes perfect.
Yeah.
You shoot 7 straight days of golf or 6 and then get on a plane for the other one.
Yeah.
You're probably a little tired.
I shoot 1 and I'm got back issues for the next 7 days. So.
I shoot 3 games of pool or 3 days of pool. I'm better than shooting 0 games of pool.
Oh, yeah. So next weekend, we've got the Houston Open. It's a $9.5 million purse at Memorial Park Golf Course.
$9.5 mil.
Yep. $9.5 million purse. And then we have the Valero Texas Open, which is also a $9.5 million purse at the Oaks Course, April 3rd through the 6th. And then the weekend after that is my favorite golf event of the year, and the Masters is April 10th through the 13th at, of course, Augusta National Golf Course. Jeff, you know the Masters.
I'm very familiar with the Masters.
Yeah. Well, have you ever got to see Augusta? You ever
No,
been down? No, I would absolutely.
I mean,
love to
I've
see
never been down to Augusta. Obviously, I've been to. Is it in Georgia or Florida?
It's in Georgia.
I thought it was in Georgia.
Yep.
No, I've never been there.
Yeah, I haven't.
You went
either.
there, didn't you?
Nope, I've not. I've not been there. I've been to Georgia before, but I've not been to Augusta. I would love to go there. I definitely want to get on the waiting list. You have to get on the waiting list to get tickets for it.
I would imagine you do.
The tickets are not outrageous, and their food is cheap, and it's good. Like, they don't. The thing I love about the Masters is they don't gouge the fans. And another thing that I like about it, I'm not. I think last year they had to have had this.
How many people?
There's a ton. I'm not sure on the number.
I mean, like 250,000.
I don't know. That's.
I don't think that much.
We can
Because I
find
can
that
see
out,
if it's something like that where it wouldn't be too ridiculous unless you're like, VIP or whatever.
So, Around 40,000, it says.
Oh, around 40,000.
Yeah, so that's about 10,000 a day.
I was going to say it.
So-
It seemed probably pretty expensive. I don't
Yeah.
have random money over here, brother. All right, I ain't got
The thing-
10 grand
dude,
a day.
No, yeah, but it's not like that. But there's a waiting list. You got to get on it for a couple of years at least minimum, and then you can go. But then you got to plan the trip and all this. But that's the thing I like about it. They don't gouge the fans. And another thing that I like about it, one of my biggest pet peeves with watching golf, especially live golf, is everyone's on their fucking phone going, I'm gonna film this for my fucking friends and show them I'm cool.
Yeah,
And
I got
no,
ya.
dude, I wish people would put their phones down and experience life. And the Masters, I don't know if they
Well, that's
have the
never gonna
program-
happen, dude.
I don't know if they have the program where they make you put your phone in that like case where you
They
can't
should, yeah.
access it or whatever.
Absolutely.
But no one has their phones out filming it.
That's probably what they have
and,
then.
and it makes it so much more enjoyable to watch, whether you're in person or whether you're watching it on television. It's just annoying.
Yeah, nobody likes to see everybody with their phone up. you
Yeah,
know,
like, dude, if
staring
you
at,
like to be honest, pull up the video of the person hitting that golf shot because they record every
Yeah.
fucking shot.
You can
on
watch it
PGA
later.
and be like, look, there I am.
Hey, you got to take a quick pic. You seen a professional.
Yeah.
Good time. Pick it
I don't
up.
know.
Put your phone away.
I definitely would like to go the one that seems more achievable because I've been to the LPGA Dow Classic they have in Midland every year. That's a really fun event. Highly recommend it.
Okay.
But the Rocket Mortgage Classic is held at the Detroit Country Club every year, and that's one that it's not very expensive to go.
What's not very expensive?
Like you can get a general admission ticket for like I think $70.
Oh, that's
you know,
not-
it's
that's not bad at
yeah,
all.
it's
Like,
not very bad.
Anything that's like concert ticket worthy, you know.
Yeah, so like, but for the LPGA, right? I like going. My wife's always hooked us up with tickets the last few years. Shout out my wife, I love you to death. But it's
Shout
you get
out,
on
wife,
this,
love you
you
to
get in
death.
these pavilions. It's open bar, and it's all you can eat food, and it's all day, one day, and it's like $150 a head.
Nice.
And the golf is great.
Yeah,
Like,
that's great.
First year I went,
Yeah.
we got to see Annika Sorenstein. She hadn't golfed in ages.
Ooh, nice.
That was really cool to see her play. Got a bobblehead of her and everything.
You got
So,
a bobblehead and everything.
Yeah, highly recommend.
Annika.
Live golf is definitely a lot more
Who's your
fun.
favorite golfer right now? My favorite female golfer is Paige. Is it? You guys know who I'm talking about?
No, we don't
You
talk.
got, who's the big female golfer? That's
I don't know.
like the-
We
you
don't
know
talk
who I'm
too
talking
many
about?
female sports on this
No,
channel.
not at all.
No.
Well, she's a good
No
golfer.
offense, but yeah, we don't
Good
get too
golfer.
much into it. But I would say if you're talking regular golfers, my favorite golfer is Bryson DeChambeau. But if you're talking like PGA, I would say this year, you know, I've been loving watching Xander Schauffele play. I love watching Jason Day play golf. I don't know, Nick, who you got? Who's your fave, man?
Justin Thomas for sure.
Yeah, JT. JT.
I
It's hard
enjoy
not to
watching
like
him
JT,
play.
man. He's got a certain swagger with him that's just it's cool.
Yeah.
He carries himself well, and
I'd love to
And-
see Spieth make a comeback.
John Daly is still my favorite golfer to this day. I love John Daly.
Shout out John Daly.
Shout out
He's
JG.
I guess all-time favorite golfer
That's one of my all-time
for
favorite
sure.
golfers.
Of all time, you know, and
'Cause
he
John
still
would pound
he
a
still
pile of
does
beers with you
try
and
to play, but dude,
smoke
like
all day
he
and
last
just get
year in the
hammered.
U.S. Open
And chocolate milk. He loves chocolate milk.
last year in the U.S. Open, he like got disqualified because they caught him smoking cigarettes on the course like 4 times.
That's
and
fucking
I'm
bullshit,
like,
dude.
yeah,
Let
dude.
him
I'm like,
smoke,
let the
dude.
man have
This
a
is-
cart.
yeah,
Let him
let
smoke
him
some
smoke,
damn.
yeah.
Let
Give
him
him
smoke
a-
some darts, dude.
Yeah, dude. And just give him an ashtray. I mean, if he's flicking him on the field or the fucking course, I get it. But give him an ashtray. I get it. Fuck.
Yeah.
His
so-
kid's a pretty good golfer. Am I right?
Yeah, his kid's pretty good.
His kid is he going pro?
I
He's
wouldn't
an
say that,
amateur right
no.
now.
but he's probably scratch or better, for sure. You know,
So he's not like
definitely.
LeBron's son, who's just like, I'm going to put you in the NBA.
Yeah, who then he just gets, you know, I don't know. Yeah, that's a.
That's
Speaking,
another different
hey,
different
Jeff,
topic.
Thank you
over
for
here.
that transition. Look at Jeff making transitions for us this week, Nick. Isn't that great?
Oh yeah.
All right. So, speaking of different sports, let's talk the NBA. Speaking of LeBron,
NBA.
LeBron and Luka are both back now. Watched a Lakers game the other day. They do not look very good. I don't know if you've been watching it, Nick, or not, but you know, Lakers are sliding, but they'll still make the playoffs, I'm sure. But watch the Pistons play last night.
That's
I
because
believe
half their fucking city burned to the ground. Like, yeah, nobody's happy over there in the Palisades.
No, they're not. But the Pistons looked really good against the Spurs last night. Did you catch any of that?
Yeah, I caught a little bit of it. Besides, you know, I was watching TGL mainly.
Mainly, yeah. Amen. TGL all day. Yeah, I caught the end of it. They were up by a bunch, but I heard a little bit about Cade Cunningham had an injury. Did you hear anything about that?
I heard he had an injury. I didn't see how long or how bad.
Yeah, let's look that up and see because it's got me worried. Cade Cunningham ruled out Tuesday. Yeah, with the Pistons. Looks like hopefully Cade Cunningham's injury is not very serious. but he did miss. It says it's a calf contusion.
Ooh.
So hopefully it's nothing serious because we need that man. We need that man big time to be able to
we're screwed without Cade.
play at the level that we've been playing at, because that man is the best thing that's happened to Detroit basketball in a very, very long time. He's the only one that seems to be putting up any sort of numbers, consistent triple-doubles, things of that nature. At the beginning of the season, he was the first player since Isaiah Thomas to have back-to-back triple-doubles in a game.
Boom, heal up, brother, please.
Blows my mind because, even since Isaiah Thomas, we had where we won the 2004 championship with,
Chauncey.
20 years
yeah,
ago.
with Chauncey and all them guys. So it kind of blows my mind that stat happened. But it did, and Cade Cunningham did it, and we wish you the best. Heal up quick and be ready for a playoff push, man, because we need you.
Heal up,
Speaking
brother.
of that, let's see how the standings are coming along. So, Pistons have slipped down to the 6th slot. They are in a 2-game win streak, however, sitting at 41 and 32. Definitely in a very good spot because there seems to be a pretty good gap now between 6th and 7th place, with the Hawks being in 7th place at 35 and 37.
Ooh, okay.
So
that is a nice gap.
There's about a 5-game gap there that I really think.
Feel strong on.
Yeah, I think we're sitting pretty good. But however, switching gears to another sport, the NHL.
Ooh.
The Red Wings.
God damn it.
Red Wings have been on a skid. That's the easiest way to say it. Lost again last night to the Colorado Avalanche in a pretty embarrassing fashion. They are 3-7 over their last 10. Nick, lay it on me. What is going on with the Wings, brother?
Well, in more bad news, Talbot got hurt. That's why Lyon was back in last night.
Yep.
I don't know how long his injury is, but man, with Lyons in net, we're screwed. That's why we got Mrazek.
What was the score last night?
I think it was like 7-3.
5-2.
5-2.
5-2. I think I watched Las Vegas the other night. I think it was 3-6 that final score, and it was not pretty.
Yeah.
No, it's been pretty brutal. We're just getting outskated. Every aspect of the game, we're getting outplayed.
Yeah. But
Not good, boys. We need to step up there in Detroit. Come on now.
yeah, we need to. Big time. Big time, big time. So,
And our GM can do it. We just need him to, let's figure this out.
yeah. Yeah, we need to. Big time. Red Wings need to pull their head out because, again, I know I keep saying it. I sound like a broken record, but if the Pistons and the Red Wings can make the playoffs, it'll be the first time in Detroit sports history that all 4 teams have made
All
playoffs
4.
in one season.
Unbelievable. Shout out Jared Goff again. The Detroit Lions are just phenomenal.
I really hope that,
Besides, we played the worst game of the season.
the last game.
The
of the
last
season.
game is fucking ridiculous.
My foot still hurts. Thank
Yeah.
you, Detroit, so much.
I broke my TV. True story.
Yeah, I wanted to break a lot more than that, but instead I broke my foot. So yeah,
You broke your foot?
No, I didn't really break it, but
gave it a good kick,
It still hurts.
You look like you got some
Shout out,
moccasins on there.
Shout out my chair.
Leather.
No, it's a piece of shit. Yeah. So anyways, Red Wings, pull it out, man. We need you. The city needs you. Little Caesars Arena needs you playing in the postseason. Even if you don't make it far, just make the playoffs, man. Let's make some history happen. If it doesn't happen this year, we're definitely still in a very good window, but I don't know, man. The hype for the Tigers this year isn't what I thought it would be.
No?
No, not so far. Opening day is tomorrow. We play in L.A. against the Dodgers. It'll be a really great game, a great series to kick the year
Tomorrow,
off
at
with.
what time? At 1 o'clock?
Nope, they're
9.
playing tomorrow. Yeah, I think it's a late window game. It's either like 7 or 9 or something along
I think
those
it's
lines.
9 o'clock.
Yeah, you're right.
so-
We're out in L.A. then?
Yeah, they're out in
Yeah,
LA.
I
Yep.
got you, yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm very excited about the Tigers this year. Nick, where do you think the Tigers are going to end up finishing this year?
Well, did you see today we just sent our closer back down to AAA and we haven't even started the fucking season yet. So
Whoopee!
makes me a little worrisome.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh,
that doesn't mean much.
Yeah, but still, it's when you've made it all the way through spring training and then you decide to do something like that, that is not a good move. Oh, and it is
Yeah.
tomorrow at 7:10 p.m. By the way.
Shout out,
You
my
were just
parents
getting-
just went to a Tigers spring training game down in Florida. That's where they were at. I can't think of the
Nice.
city, but yeah, they were just there.
Lakeland.
Nice.
My dad said the traffic was fucking horrible.
Yeah,
He'd never go again.
Yeah, I bet it was terrible. Who is getting the? Are we giving Scooble the opening day nod tomorrow?
I would imagine.
All right,
It'd be silly
sweet.
not to.
Because he is a gangster. I wish him the best again. I hope he wins the Cy Young this year. That would be great. Yeah, very excited about the Tigers this year. I have hopes. I think we definitely will make the playoffs again this year. I just don't know if we'll win our division, as that would be really cool if they won the division. However, time will tell.
Be amazing.
It'd be amazing.
Long season, a lot of games.
That is very true.
Now, what is that? I mean, is 186?
162.
162, okay.
Yep.
162 games out of 100. But it's out of like 100.
No, 162 games.
But in 162 games, but it's like out of like 200 days or something like that.
Oh, yeah, they don't have very many
ridiculous.
plays.
Like
they don't have very many days off.
They
but
don't.
Yeah, it's definitely over the course. It's one of the longest seasons. It's one of the most grueling seasons because of it. I find it crazy that, you have stadiums like Fenway Park that sell out 40,000 plus 160, or 80 to 81 times in a year.
Unbelievable.
It's just totally unbelievable. It is.
Well, even the Lions game or Tigers game down in Detroit, if you get, nosebleed seats, like they're not too expensive, but you look around and you're like, holy shit, like look at all the people here week in and week out.
Yeah.
And a lot of them get, season pass.
Yep.
So that, they're always there, or they have friends or family or whoever come. But no, like they got to be making a pile of money.
Oh yeah, they are. They totally are.
But those places also, they charge $11 for a fucking beer, and
when the beer
$9 for hot dogs. So you're like, all right, this is bullshit.
Yep. Yeah. Shout out Nathan's hot dogs though. Them shits are good as fuck. All right. So yeah, gonna lead into our last sports topic of the evening here. College basketball. March Madness is in full swing. Where to even start? My bracket, a couple of them that I did. I had a couple of perfect regions so far, but that's about it. Biggest upset, Shoutout, McNeese State. Holy shit, I think that was probably the number one bracket buster so far this year. Shout out my dad, Ken. You were the only one in the company that picked McNeese to win that game.
Shout out Ken.
By total accident, because you don't know nothing about sports, but I love you. So, but yeah, dude, Clemson, that was a huge thing. What was that your top upset so far, Nick, or what else you got upset wise, man? Because Colorado State was another big one.
Honestly, for me, it would probably be Arkansas.
Arkansas.
I would say yes, they've been upsets. I agree with you. 10 seed in the Sweet 16, that's unbelievable. However, I've said this a lot. I've watched Arkansas play a decent amount of games this year. They've just gotten the short end of the stick a lot of the times, and they are a way better team than the ranking that they have states. And they've shown that clearly. I mean, they beat St. John's, and St. John's was one of the top 5 or 6 picked teams to win the whole thing this year. So they've definitely got it going on. To be honest, right now, besides State again, Arkansas is probably my favorite to win it right now. I really think they're playing at a very high level. It's very unbelievable.
Shout out Michigan. That's what I got.
Yeah, you know what?
True Blue.
Dude, I will tell you what. Michigan and Michigan State both look decent. Michigan in their first game did not look very good. They looked a lot better playing Texas A&M. However, here we go. Let's get this pulled up. Yeah, so other upsets that happened, like we said, Colorado State, Drake beat Missouri. Missouri, there was a fun stat that I saw about Missouri that I think it's the last 4 seasons that they have lost in the first round. They have not won an NCAA tournament game in 4 years. And they're always ranked high. They always play well in the regular season, and then they just absolutely the bed the rest of the fucking tournament. So, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, Arkansas winning that was great. I definitely saw North Carolina being better than they were, but they got their shit spanked. We talked about McNeese. BYU was another one. They've been playing very well. They are a 6th seed, but they've been playing out of their gourd. The game against Wisconsin was nuts. It was absolutely insane. Yeah, so anyways, all right, let's do some pick'ems here. We got the Auburn-Michigan game. And, not to be biased, but I think we all know what all 3 of us are going to pick. But, Jeff, who you got in that game?
I got Michigan in that game.
Yeah. Nick, who you got?
Yeah, I have to at this point.
Yep, amen, dude. I really do think, though, that it's going to be a dogfight. It is. It's going to be a dogfight. I think Auburn hasn't played a team like Michigan really this year, so because the style of play in the SEC versus the Big Ten is different. But yeah, I got Michigan in this one as well. So Ole Miss State, I got Michigan State all day. Nick, who you got?
Man, that's going to be a good game too.
It is.
Obviously,
Ole Miss is a
Michigan
fucking.
State moving on.
Geez.
They're clicking right now.
They're a good team,
They are.
absolutely. But I got it. I'm from Michigan, so I'm fucking
Go
Michigan
State.
over here.
Rock the fuck on. Yeah,
Now,
I got State all day.
I just want to see Michigan.
If it was
State.
football, on the other hand, I might change my story over here.
Well, yeah, like you just said, Nick, Michigan State Elite Eight, that would be something that rarely ever happens. It's rare for Big Ten teams to meet in the tournament at all, let alone rivals of the stature that Michigan and Michigan State are.
Yeah.
I think that would be very big for the NCAA tournament. And, then at that point, we know at least the state of Michigan is being represented in the Final Four in one way, shape, or form, whether you're a Wolverine or whether you're a Spartan. But I bleed green, and I will to the day that I die. So, moving on. Florida, Maryland. That's going to be a great game. I'm going Big Ten heavy, but I also stated last week that I felt like Florida, if I was putting money on a team to win the whole thing, that Florida was that team. I'm still sticking with that. However, I do want State to win the entire thing. But I got Florida in this game. Jeff, who would you take? Florida.
I got Maryland in this game.
Hell yeah. Big Ten heavy, baby. Nick, what you got?
I got Florida to win my bracket, so I'm gonna roll
Florida.
Gators.
Yeah. So that fucking shits that
That
bag.
makes sense.
That makes sense that you would take them for sure. All right. Texas Tech, Arkansas. I'm taking Arkansas. I am. I don't even care what my brackets say. Arkansas is hot.
I'm taking Arkansas, too.
They're hot,
Absolutely, yeah.
Nick, what are you thinking?
I'm rolling Texas Tech.
Yeah, you would
Arkansas
take
has
that.
been more viewed, but
Texas
Texas Tech
Tech.
looks good.
Yeah. Whatever. You're just jealous.
Someone's got to represent the Big 12.
Yeah, no shit. Duke, Zona. Zona has been playing good, but Duke is Duke, man. Cooper Flag is fucking amazing. I just really think that he's not going to get stopped until he plays somebody better than Arizona. But, Nick, what do you got?
Duke, they're one of the only teams that have blown everybody out they've played so far.
Yeah, what do we got? A 93-49 absolute trucking of Mount St. Mary's. And then an 89-66 absolute butt trucking of
I'd take
Baylor.
Duke, too. For sure.
I'll take Duke. BYU, Bama. Nick, I know you're going to say already, so I'll let you start this one off.
Boy.
Bama, let's roll. Roll
Bama
Tide.
boy.
Yep. Okay.
They'll be fine.
Yeah, I know. I got Bama, too. Bama plays well. It's SEC. BYU could be sneaky, but I just think that they played too close with Wisconsin to give Bama a real run for their money. So,
I got Bama, too.
Awesome. Good picks. Houston, Purdue. I'm going Big Ten heavy. I'm going to take Purdue. I think Houston's going to hit a wall at some point. They played very close with Gonzaga, who I feel like really they shouldn't have, especially, they even played, 78-40 in their opening match against SI, Edvin Mill, and fucking whatever
That's a
the fuck.
beatdown right there, 78-40.
But yeah, Houston, Purdue. Jeff, who you got?
I'm going to take Purdue.
Hell yeah, Big Ten.
Just because
heavy, baby.
that's,
Big Ten. Nick, what you got?
Houston's going to lock them right down.
Yeah.
I got Houston.
Yeah,
They
well,
win by defense, dude,
probably a good
and that's
call.
what ends up winning championships.
Yep. And we got Kentucky, Tennessee. I got Tennessee all day. I just think, like, watching them play this year, that they definitely are the superior team. But who you got, Nick?
Weirdly enough, I think I'm going to go with Kentucky. They've beat them twice this year.
See, and that's where
I agree with that, Nick.
Yep, that's where I feel like that might change.
You think
So,
that third time's not a charm, eh?
yeah, no, I think they're definitely Tennessee can take it to them. I really do. So yeah, March Madness continues tomorrow. The Sweet 16 continues tomorrow and Friday. Definitely big Michigan State hopefuls. I'm really hoping still. I still have Michigan State and Tennessee as my championship matchup.
That's who you got.
That's who I got in one bracket. I think I have Michigan State and possibly Duke in another one.
Nice.
So we will see.
Nice. So you're still in it.
You got money on the line. Who would you take to win the whole thing, Jeff? It's tough to say.
It's
a tough call.
dude. It's tough to say. It's hard for me to say. I'm not 100% sure. I guess just because I'm a Michigan boy, I guess I would take with my buddy Ryan Wright. I would take Michigan State.
Hell yeah, fuck yeah. That's where I got my money too. Honestly, that is where I'd put my money because they are.
I also
playing
had
very
Louisville
well.
winning though too,
And they fucking shit the bed against.
They
Creighton,
shit the
so,
bed against.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like, don't fucking take my word.
All right, Nick, you got money on a team in the Sweet 16. Who are you taking and why?
Are we talking championship here?
Yes. Who you got taking it all the way?
Well, I do have money on them, and let's go Gators.
Yeah. I know. Florida does.
The Gators.
They are playing out of their freaking
Tim
minds.
Tebow.
Hell yeah. They are playing very well. They play more fluid than most teams I've watched play this year in the
Must
tournament.
be all the sun down there in the Sunshine State.
Yeah, but yeah, dude, I don't know. I'm very excited. The Sweet 16 is going to be great. That, again, like we said, is the 27th through the 28th, Thursday, Friday, and then Saturday and Sunday we have the Elite Eight, and then we got a week off. So we'll be giving you next week our Sweet 16 and Elite Eight highlights. Very much looking forward to that episode. All right, so that wraps up our sports segment for this week. But we have a guest on, and as we normally have guests on, we give them the chance to talk about whatever they might like. So, Mr. Wescott.
Oh, I got the floor now.
You get the floor, brother. What, you got any random
I want to
ass
talk about
stuff?
fucking P. Diddy, man, and all the fucking the bullshit going on over there, man.
Man,
You know what I mean?
no. Speaking of that, though, I had to go buy my son baby oil. Shout out my son. I love.
Did
him to
you?
death. Yeah.
You get
And
him, did you get him Diddy's oil?
Dude, I felt like a creep ass, man. I'm just trying to buy my son some baby oil, but
Now,
I felt
what
like
do you
I had,
what do you
I
get?
had
Baby,
people-
what do you get baby oil for a baby? Like, what do you
like
use
their
on
head,
it?
like they got like
On their head?
like dry skin or something.
Okay,
you know,
on their
like,
butt or
you know,
on their head or something,
Yeah,
just
whatever.
dry
That's what
skin?
you're supposed to
Okay.
use it for. You're not supposed to use it to just like have like.
I thought it was
massive
lube
orgies,
for
yeah.
your butt.
no.
Now it's like, Kurt,
No, it's
God
not,
damn it.
no. Nope, not at all, man. You got it. That's why it's called baby oils because it's meant for babies.
Now
That's-
he was caught with what 1,000 bottles? They said in his
dude,
house.
I have no idea to be honest.
No,
so
you didn't
tell
hear
me.
anything about
No,
it?
I know about it, but I don't know the details.
Okay, no, that's what I mean. If you looked at the details, I believe that it was the ATF that raided his home, and I think there was like 130 agents there. So like they weren't fucking around. He wasn't there. His daughters were there. Yeah. But yeah, they ended up raiding his home, and I don't really know much about this. I was just fucking around. But yeah, they found like no, they did.
I
No,
don't know much about this, but you guys got
no,
the
but
next
they
half
did.
an hour.
They found like 1,000 bottles of baby oil.
Yeah.
In this
I
dude's
believe
home,
it.
and
I
it was
believe
like,
it,
well, what do
dude.
you got all that? I guess there was like drugs mixed in with it, maybe.
Dude, like
Dude,
I don't know.
They found a whole room of sex toys.
Well, I was talking to my buddy this the other day. Is like he had every room cameraed up and mic'd up. Like, what company you think did that? And like, what do you think they got paid? You know what I mean? They were like, yeah, I'll take one. They were like, hey, it's $20,000 to like put all these cameras in these like fucking peephole rooms and this and that. And Diddy's like, I'll give you 50 G's. You just shut your fucking mouth, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Like, just don't say nothing. Because, yeah, that's what I would say. Like, that's kind of strange.
Oh shit, man.
But, no, man, just happy to be on this, podcast. This is my first podcast that I've been on. And I feel like, we could talk anywhere from work-related shit to, fucking home and family and, even other some wild shit.
Yeah, well, you'd mentioned to me jokingly before, but I'm going to bring it up in a serious matter now about your thoughts with the moon landing.
Oh, the moon landing.
Dude, lay it on us, brother.
All right, well, and it's so funny because I haven't done a ton of research on it, but I've done a decent amount of research on it.
Okay.
So back in 1969, the United States of America with NASA, it was the Apollo, I think, was it 17 or the Apollo 11? It was one or the other.
Apollo, which one blew up?
I'm not 100% sure. You'd have to look into it. But no, it's strange that the moon is 265,000 miles away from Earth. And in 1969, we went there. We had two astronauts stuck up 360 miles from where we're at right now, 360 miles up at the International Space Station. They were supposed to be there for 8 days. They were there for 9 months. couldn't figure out either how to get him down or they didn't want to get him down.
I didn't want to get him
No, I'm
down.
serious. So
Yeah, because they just recovered these people.
no,
right?
they do like
a couple days
Elon
ago.
Musk got him like a week ago.
Yeah.
Like they look 30 years older than when they went out 9 months ago. Take looks at dude. I'm telling you, like they look awful. They look absolutely fucking awful. But no, the moon landing, dude. For example, okay, so 1969, we traveled 265,000. Google this real quick. How far is the Earth from the moon? I think it's 265,000 miles.
238,900 miles.
230. I'm sorry, guys. I fucked up on 30,000 miles.
Up on 30,000. At what point are you grasping at straws, though?
So
you know?
238,000 miles. I believe the U.S. government, if you look this up, they believe that we went there 7 different times from 1969 to 1971.
Okay.
So it might be 1969 to 1973. I think it's 1969 to 1971. So we went there 6 different times.
Okay.
No other country has ever been to the moon. And we have not been to the moon in 1969, for example. The technology that was in NASA, what I was told or what I've read or what I've listened to through these other podcasts, whether it's the Joe Rogan or Anti-Hero or this, that, or the other, they claim that we have more technology in our cell phone than NASA did back in 1969. As of like whatever it may be.
I can believe that.
So there's another thing, and I forgot the belt exactly what it's called, but they said there's like, I think it's 1,100 or 1,700 miles of radiation, like massive radiation for like us to travel to the moon.
Sure. And
they travel through this massive radiation. I forgot how long they said it took to. I'm like, drinking a little bit or whatever. But
shout out Whistle Pig.
yeah, well, just the more you look into it, you're like, dude, 1969, we didn't have anything figured out. Like, we didn't have the internet, we didn't have fucking, I mean, we just didn't have shit.
Yeah.
We didn't have also, I don't believe, like, the technology that we have now to send into space, whether, like, 238,000 miles. You have meteorites, you have asteroids, you have all sorts of shit that is coming at you.
Yeah.
If you hang this dinky little aircraft, something hits in it, like the chances of like something going wrong in this mission is almost like 100%.
Yeah.
And then not only do you get there, but then you have to get home, which is like,
So when they launch something,
okay,
right? Where are they going? They're just going and floating in space?
and that's another
That's the
really
question.
good, like,
Because you see
need
the videos
well,
of,
you need a
like-
propulsion system.
You see the
to
videos
push
of
you.
them coming back to Earth.
I seen Elon's.
know.
Did you see Elon's Musk where he landed that rocket on that thing?
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Very.
I mean, and they didn't have anything like, dude, most of these rockets blow up. Like, they blow up. The majority of them, if you look at, in like NASA or even Elon or the Blue Origin,
Yeah.
the guy,
Yep.
they're like, oh, that was a good test run. And you're like, dude, that was $40 billion fucking dollars. Or and they're like, and
gone.
it blew up. And they're like, they're like, oh, we learned a lot from it or whatever. And it's like, I just don't think, I think NASA gets can we look at their budget real quick? Can you look at like the budget of NASA?
Yeah.
I think their budget is astronomical, and they really don't do much. I mean, in my opinion. But I don't know. This is just me just talking shit. I'm just a drinking bro. Shout out Shane Gillis.
NASA's budget for the financial year of 2020.
This was 2020? Well, that was during
Give me a
COVID,
guess.
so it had
Give
to
me
be a little
guess.
tough.
Give me a guess.
Their financial budget?
Yeah.
I'd have to say it's like $50 billion.
Yeah. 22.6 billion.
22.6 billion. Okay, well, I'm way off.
Oh, wait. Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah. And it says, okay, get this. NASA's budget for the financial year of 2020 is $22.6 billion. It represents 0.48% of the $4.7 trillion United States plans to spend in that fiscal year. So it's only a half of a percent of the budget for the United States.
What's the military budget?
That's another fucking good question, but I bet you it's less than that.
Oh, no, it's got to be more than that.
I
No,
don't
it's
think
got to
so.
be more than that. It's got to be like
I don't
140
think so.
billion.
No, okay, yeah, you're right. It's 1.38 trillion. So
One-
that's a fourth. Of the budget.
Yeah,
that's a
there we
fourth
go.
of the budget. So
And like half of that goes to fucking homes in Richmond, northern Richmond. You know what I mean? Jesus Christ. Or
yeah.
Ukraine.
So anyway, so your whole MO is that you really feel like that we've not landed on the moon.
No, dude, I'm like, no, I really don't think that we landed on the moon. And if you look into it and you talk to like a lot of these astronomers,
Sure.
like whether Neil deGrasse Tyson or whoever, they really like this is crazy too. Buzz Aldrin,
Yeah. Yep.
like 15 years ago, did it. I think he was like Caltech or like one of these like Ivy League schools. He went and like did an interview.
Yep.
And if you look it up, and Joe Rogan had it on not that long ago.
Is this where the kid calls him out and he like tries to fight him or
No,
whatever?
no.
Like-
No, he basically
Because I looked that video up. That shit is fucking hilarious.
He was telling these kids. He was basically telling these kids that they never went to space.
Yeah.
He was like basically like that's what he like. He's old as fuck,
Yeah.
and he was basically like,
But see,
we never
so-
went to space.
So you have another like story where that kind of says the like opposite, where I believe it was Buzz Aldrin telling the story.
So
about
there was
how
the two famous guys. You had Neil
Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin.
and then Buzz Aldrin,
So,
and then there was
but
another like guy.
Buzz,
who
but
was
Buzz
in it, too.
Aldrin has a story, and I'm going to get a little bit of this wrong because it's been a while since I've told it. But
That was kind of me too. I should have did a little more homework. Sorry, guys.
But I heard that there's a story about when like Buzz Aldrin was a kid, that he was playing outside and stuff, and heard, and he knew his neighbor very well. Let's just say his neighbor's name was Fred, and
Sounds gay.
and he heard him and his wife, squandering, and said they were fighting about having sex, and his wife said something along the lines of, "I'll have sex with you when a man walks on the moon."
The moon.
Okay, and Buzz Aldrin walks on the moon, and there's a clip, and you can look it up, of him saying like, "This one's for you, such and such," before he goes into his whole famous speech.
Yeah.
And
Before you
it's-
mean the famous
it's
speech that said, "Hey, this is the what was
It's- it's
for
shouting out.
long step
Yeah.
for man, but
yeah,
one
before
long
that,
step for
before
mankind."
that, you
and
can
he
say
said
it,
something-
or it might be after he says that or something along those lines, but he says like, "Hey, this is for Fred." And it's like he's still trying to get this guy laid 40 years later.
Hilarious.
Like, that's
Hilarious.
fucking so good,
Oh
though.
my
And
God.
I really do hope that that's a true story.
No,
And
dude,
they-
it's not, because I mean, no, seriously, no. How far do you think the International Space Station is from America?
Not as far as they make.
No,
you
just
think.
take a guess.
50,000 miles.
360 miles. Look it up real quick. Look it up. So that's how far these people were. They were only 360 miles away. We couldn't get them for 9 months. The Earth is 238,000 miles away. This is in 1969.
254 miles.
So I'm saying 254 fucking miles, dude. That's nothing. You heard the Earth
Yeah.
is 200. Not only do we not, and back in 1969, we did not have the capability, like literally. This is 100% what I feel. Just like what I feel with like Roswell with the moon or with the alien that
Okay.
landed. I feel like
Paul.
1969, we were in a war. We were in a war with Russia. We were in
Yeah.
a Soviet, like there was a war going on. And we were like, hey, if they can believe that we landed on the moon, just like when they said, hey, we have alien technology, like, don't fuck with us. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, seriously.
Yeah,
like, no,
yeah.
seriously. So I feel like that's the same thing where, like, one small step for man, one large leap for mankind, and like we went to the moon. They were talking about we put fucking lasers on the moon so we can laser beam your fucking country. Now it's satellites or this and that. If you look at like the technology we had back then,
Yep. Oh, I know. Like,
and
a
how long
computer
the
didn't
trip
fit in
would
a room
take.
this size,
No, dude, NASA. There was a fucking, like I said, the monitors back then. They say it's the same technology that is like in your cell
Yeah.
phone that is like this fucking big.
Yep. Yeah,
So
I
like
can
that's
believe that.
why I just don't really believe it. And then there's a lot of like Hollywood, like listen to Red Hot Chili Peppers in the 1990s when they're
Mm-hmm.
like whatever that song is. It makes so much sense. It's like
The one that's like bing bong bing.
no, it's like Californication.
Yeah. Oh,
Look
I know.
it up real quick.
No, I know
Like-
exactly
like
what
the
you're talking
first
about. I'm
few
a big
lyrics
Peppers
are
fan.
like literally
big Peppers
like
fan.
Chinese eyes or like government spies. They're like, dude, China
Yeah,
has
nope,
been
I know
spying
exactly
us
what
for fucking
you're talking
ever.
about, yep.
And then they're like the moon was made in a Hollywood basement. Dude, they can film shit like left and right. You don't think they
Have you
couldn't
seen the
film?
movie? I forget what it's called that came out last year about this. Have you seen that yet?
No.
Oh my God, you gotta watch.
What is it called?
I gotta look it up. I don't remember.
I got a lot of shit. I'd like to talk about Waco next. I listened to this awesome podcast about Waco, Texas.
Fly Me to the Moon. It's called Fly Me to the Moon. It came out last year. It stars a lot of very famous people.
They always get those people, though, because they're like, let's get some famous people in here.
It's got Scarlett Johansson. It's got Woody Harrelson in it.
You know
it's got Woody Harrelson
You know who
in it,
Scarlett Johansson was down with? You know who she loved and she supported?
No.
Was Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
Yeah. Seriously. She got fucked by Harvey Weinstein, and he made her what she is today. And that's the fucking what's the role that she plays in the Marvel movies?
Nah, Black Widow.
Black Widow, dude. I'm telling you, if you look that up, she is like supporting Harvey Weinstein throughout her career. Yeah. He hooked her up back in the day, and I mean, she's awesome. I love Scarlett Johansson.
Woody Harrelson's in it. He's awesome.
He's
an absolute OG. Woody is the man.
He was a little weird on Joe, though, right? I heard him on Joe Rogan's podcast. He seemed like,
well, you know, he's an eclectic.
Funny.
He's an eclectic human being. He's different. He's out there.
You get Woody Harrelson, you get Adam Sandler, you get these guys on Joe Rogan, and they look up to Joe Rogan, which is funny because Joe's just like some fucking like dude who's just like a bro who just like hangs out.
And then you get people on there like Bill Murray.
And they're like, hey, Bill was cool, but Bill was old. Bill was kind of weird.
Well, you get people on there like that where, you know, he said in his intro, he's like, you know,
I don't know who you are.
Yeah, and he's like, I have a different experience. I have no clue who you are. You know,
he's like, because you have Hunter S. Thompson pictures on the wall, I think you're cool.
Yeah. So, Nick, what are your thoughts on all this shit, dude?
Yeah, Nick, what do you think about the moon landing?
It's hard to believe one way or the other because we have the cars we have today when they didn't have the technology back then. I mean, they found a way to do shit.
Well, dude, and I mean, I just watched Ferrari last night, and this was it was in 1959. Enzo Ferrari raced all around the world, and he had amazing technology. The Italian and German cars were phenomenal, but it's not the same thing as going to the fucking moon 238,000 miles from Earth. Yeah. And not only that, returning home, dude. I watched these astronauts. Look at them. Look at before pictures and after pictures after 9 fucking months. Well, back in the 1969, I bet it would take 8 months to 2 years to get to the moon, 8 months and 2 years to get home if you had the fuel and the technology to do it. It's crazy that people literally believe this because, like, I think it's a 0% chance. I think it's literally a 0% chance. Who was the president during 1969?
Was it Gerald Ford?
I don't think it was Gerald Ford.
No, I don't think so either. I was just fucking around.
Well, he's also, you know, like the Ford people. Like, duh.
all my Google searches are coming up with moon landing related shit now.
Well, dude, this is bullshit. I'm telling you. I don't, and, you know, people out there, you know, whatever.
It was Nixon. I should have known.
It was
that.
Nixon?
Yeah, it was Nixon.
Well, there you go. There you fucking go.
Yep. Says shortly after stepping onto the moon, astronauts Armstrong and Aldrin spoke with President Nixon by phone in what President described as the most historic phone call ever made from the White House.
Complete bullshit. Dude, you think that they had technology to reach 238,000 miles away? To be able to be like, hey, how you doing, sir? I'm on the moon.
How you doing, like, sir? I can't even get fucking Verizon. I can't even get Verizon to fucking make my goddamn phone call go through half the time.
Dude. I'm out in the Rocky Mountains. I can't reach my brother who's 4 fucking miles away from me, dude. Like, no, there's 0% chance. I'm telling you.
Holy
and if you
shit.
look into it, if you really look into it, there's and this is another thing too. There's 1,100 or look this up real quick. There's either 1,100 or 1,700 miles of like bad radiation. I can't think of the radiation belt that it's called from Earth to the moon. So like be like Earth to the moon radiation belt. I think it's like it's literally it's from here to fucking Oregon, dude.
It says the Van Allen radiation belt.
That's what it is.
A zone of energetic charged particles, most of which originate from the solar winds.
Okay, so and how long is it?
It does not say
How far
that.
is it? It'll tell you some kind of distance that it is, and I think it's like 1,100 miles. And they're also talking about like, dude, the chance of you not hitting like, and they say deep space is kind of like the ocean where there's nothing out
So
there.
it's about
So like the chance of you hitting a meteor or an asteroid is like closer to like a planet or closer to whatever.
says the inner belt is 1,000 kilometers or 620 miles away.
620
and it goes
miles.
all
And
the way
there's-
through 7,500 miles away.
That's what I'm saying. there's so much radiation that they say a human person, like, to go through once, not to let alone go through twice. And then we went, and the craziest thing that I felt about how many times we go to the moon, they said it from 1969 to 1970. I literally think they said 7 times, which, talking to like experts, and I didn't talk to them, I just listened to them. They're like, the chances that we had 7 successful moon landing trips, like we went to the moon and came back, and no other country from China to Russia to whoever have ever done this, dude, it's like 0%. Like, it's literally like 0%.
Wild. You never know what you're going to get here on the Hulaham Hour, do you?
But all right,
we got some truths for you, man. What else you got?
Let's
Jeff?
switch topics, dude. Let's talk Nick, man. Nick, what's been going on, dude? How's life? How's work?
Good, man. Slaving away. How about yourself? Getting ready to cut some trees?
Oh, I've been cutting trees, bro. Worked at Brad Hatcher's the school today. He's building an empire over here. God damn it. Every time I look around, he's just buying more shit, doing more stuff.
Hell yeah.
But no, man, just, cutting trees. And
shout out JW Tree Services.
Shout out JW Tree Removal. Give me a shout, 989-820-5089. I'll come over. Any no trees too tall, climb high to satisfy. Hook you on up. Hooked up Kurtis. He built his house after I took all the trees down.
Yeah, like 50 trees that we've now purposed into the gallery venue.
There was probably like 30. That are a lot of them sitting right around here right now that you're looking at.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. Fuck yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. What else you got, man?
All right, Kurt, I got something for you. You being my brother just had a kid.
Yeah.
He, I don't know if he wants to bring this up. I doubt he'll ever listen to this, though. But, yeah, he hooked up with a girl, one-night stand. And, one-night stand, and he ended up having a kid with her. He didn't tell the family till 8 months.
Jerry.
Yeah, it sounds like some kind of Jerry Springer. Even though it sounds like she's a pretty nice girl and she makes a decent amount of money, so it's not too much Jerry Springer in this action. But no, he is now 3 months sober. He doesn't smoke weed or drink alcohol anymore because he's a new dad and he just has to be there all the time. I'm wondering what it's like for you to be a dad. Dude,
it was a transition, but I love that kid so much, man. Like, it's changed me nothing but for the better. Like, it's been incredible. My wife has been so great, just best mother in the world, and could not have felt any better about it. That kid is definitely
this was
a reason that I wake up in the morning,
this was
man.
planned. I mean, obviously you guys got married, and then you so you were just planning
we did everything by the book, man. Like, the house was built, married, all that shit.
You did it all by the book, it sounds like.
I did, man. I really did. And God love her. She puts up with my bullshit when I have it. And I couldn't be happier, man. Yeah, that kid, he's everything, man. It's what I strive to be better for now.
I mean, you waking up at midnight, 2 a.m, feeding him, or does he sleep all the way through? Or
no, we wake up once, and Janae normally takes that shift, which is, God love her again. That's why she's one of the best mothers in the world. But yeah,
she's mom.
Yep. I'll help her when she asks. But yeah, she loves doing it, man. She loves doing it, and with it, he's everything, man.
Has it affected your work or anything else that you can see, or
no?
What about friendships?
No, I wouldn't say it. No. Everybody knows. You settle down. You get married. You settle down. You know, it's that's the way it is, man. And I love that. I like slowing down. I like doing a little bit less and being at home more. I've worked my ass off for what I have, and it's great.
100%, man. Yeah. No, that's awesome for sure.
Yeah, definitely, man. But yeah, I know, like, your situation, having with your girl with 2 kids and stuff, it's life changing. It is. It's definitely, Nick can relate to.
It definitely
back
changes
when you were
your
married.
life,
not to bring up a sore subject, Nick, but you can relate that it changes that having a kid around, man. It does. It definitely does. He's young, but he doesn't get it. We turned on Terrifier 3 the other night, which started off to be a fucking fantastic movie, but we shut it off because Janae's like, you know what? Even the sounds,
way too gruesome.
Even the sounds are like,
gruesome.
We need to fucking.
What's that guy's lead name? What's
it's Art the Clown.
Art the Clown.
Art the Clown, dude. He's like probably top 3 fucking serial killers of all time.
I liked him in the first one. I thought the second one was
the little
stupid.
bit that I've seen. The second one, was great.
You thought the second one was great?
You need to watch it again if you didn't think it wasn't, because it really was.
It was too gruesome for me.
No, there's not.
No?
You have to go in knowing that about it, and if you can't,
I didn't like
that,
the kid eating cereal that had glass in
dude.
it,
So
'cause I
Nick,
ate
you've
some
seen
cereal that
the
night,
third Terrifier, right, bro?
Oh yeah, I've seen him.
Yeah, dude. The first kill is like a 6-year-old kid. Like right off the get, right? Like it's like I'm like, oh, this is how they're gonna start this. The kid's getting murked right off the get go. Like, oh fuck, and then it just fucking
goes hard,
dude.
Yeah.
Like it does, man. And I'm really excited to see it. But yeah, dude, I love being a dad. I absolutely love it. I think my wife would want more, but we kind of agreed on one. But who knows? You never know what life's gonna bring.
I was gonna say, are you gonna have another one here?
You never know what life's gonna bring you, man. So one day at a time. That's where I'm at. But yeah, dude. I don't know, man. Jeff, you brought up some good points on this fucking space thing, man. This radiation belt shit pulled up on my algorithm for YouTube is gonna be fucked.
Oh well, like I said, I'm not. I just feel like if the government's willing to lie to you over, going to space, they're willing to lie to you over anything. I mean, look at look at Doge, for example.
Yeah.
I mean, Elon Musk has literally came in and. I mean, is literally saving us. I mean, I don't think we should pay taxes this year. I literally don't, because he's saving us so much fucking money. Where it's like, why even pay taxes? Elon's hooking us on up.
Yeah, but yeah, dude.
I read that we paid the U.S. government spends $250 million on gay beagles.
Gay beagles.
No, seriously, like this is what I read. If this is true,
this is going off
if we're
the rails,
paying
and I love it.
$250 million on research of gay beagles, I need to figure out what's going on. They said we gave Ukraine $200 billion, but they only received $100 billion of it. Where did the other $100 billion go?
I can give you about 50 other examples of where that 50
Border Patrol, dude. Donald Trump. I love you, dog. You're the man.
Hell yeah. Yeah, dude, I gotta watch this movie "Fly Me to the Moon" now, dude, because now you got me kind of intrigued about it, and I'm curious on Hollywood's take about it. Because clearly, like, this was a very, very high budget movie. Let me hang on. The budget should be down here somewhere.
Yeah, that's my thought on it. I literally don't think we ever went to space. I think 9/11 was somewhat of an inside job and an outside job.
Welcome to the Hulaham Conspiracy Theory Hour.
No, seriously.
We are here
Robert
for your
O'Neill did not shoot Osama bin Laden. Marcus Luttrell is not the lone survivor that everybody thinks he is. They made all this crazy shit,
The description I get from this episode.
I'm telling you.
This is the greatest.
Shout out to Anti-Hero Podcast. Love you guys.
Shout out
I used to
Perda
be a
and
big
Grossy.
fan of Black Rifle Coffee, and then now I'm more of like with the Tim Kennedy thing, and I just think Tim Kennedy's a piece of shit who just lies about his service and thinks he's fucking awesome, but he's not.
What do you think of Liquid Death?
The water? Mm-hmm. Never had one.
Oh, they're great.
Never had one.
There's something that I never thought that I'd say about water in an aluminum can.
An aluminum can. What about the Celsius?
So
is that similar to like?
And I've not. To be honest, I've not tried them. I've only tried the waters, but I don't know. They're good. They're really good.
I got
and
it.
it's like that. So I was looking up the other day that
they have caffeine in them then, right?
Not the waters, no.
The Liquid Death don't have caffeine?
Not the waters. The Liquid Death they do, like the coffees and all that other shit that they do, but they're not the waters. The waters are just waters.
Are you sponsored by them or something?
Nope. I wish I was. Shout out Liquid Death.
Shout out
Give me
Too
a
Hard.
shout out. But the Poppy, have you ever heard of that?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the
drink,
semi-sugar-free
drink?
soda. Yeah.
That was on Shark Tank, and they got huge on it.
Yeah. So
fuck Mark Cuban for hating Donald Trump.
$400,000 was what the investor on Shark Tank gave them for.
Who was it?
For a 20. I forget who it was. For a 25% stake, right?
It had to be the chick.
So, do you want to know what happened last week? PepsiCo bought Poppy for $1.91 billion.
It's awesome.
$400,000 for 25% of $2 billion is what? $750 million.
I don't even know the
That's
math there, but it's
fucking wild.
unbelievable.
Dude. Unbelievable. And I've never even had a Poppy. Nick, have you had a Poppy before?
No.
My stepdaughter Alani drinks them, and they're
Are Are they
I think
airy?
they're sugar-free carbonated water with like strawberry, like infused or whatever infused that's in them. I think they're pretty good. Yeah, she likes them. I like. Yeah, I actually I've only had a sip of them, and I hate boba tea, and they're not boba tea, but
Close enough.
Close enough, basically.
Close enough. Yeah. But yeah, man. Fuck. Yeah. So
I got a question for you guys.
Yeah.
Why aren't you guys? You guys don't cover UFC? You guys don't like fighting?
do you want to talk UFC? We can
What
talk
about
UFC.
what about Mike Perry's fucking new program that he's got going on, or even bare knuckle?
No,
You
I'm
guys
gonna
watch
start.
this bare knuckle, dude?
I
It
haven't.
is fucking ruthless.
So-
You want to talk about Terrifier? Put that shit away. Turn on some bare knuckle, and you'll watch some terrifying shit. These guys beat the fuck out of each other. I love it.
So UFC, God love it. Yeah, it is something. Nick,
Nick,
good
what'd you
point.
think
We
about
should
the
start
last
covering.
fight, or what'd you think about the fights over the weekend?
I did not watch them. I haven't seen a great card in a while.
Yeah.
You didn't like the
cards
Pierre at Gaethje card last week or a couple weeks ago?
A couple weeks ago, yeah, that was a good card.
That was a
I
pretty
didn't
good
watch
card.
anything
I
last
like
week.
seeing Pierre lose because
yeah.
he's old as fuck, and I hate old people fucking thinking they're tough. Justin Gaethje, shout out, brother. You're a legend, dog.
So I did hear recently, talking about Joe Rogan and stuff, that on Joe Rogan's last podcast, that someone asked him if he will be attending the UFC that's happening in May in Canada,
Did you see Joe Rogan
and
like
he's
in
like,
Trump?
he's like, fuck no, I'm not.
No.
He's like, I am not gonna be announcing that one at all.
Did you see he was like Governor Trudeau? Trump called him. Because he's like, Canada's going to be the 51st state. So he was like, Governor Trudeau. He called him Governor Trudeau, dude.
Yeah.
I love Trump. The
Yeah.
guy's the
So
shit, dude.
so speaking of UFC though, what is the next card?
I don't know.
I don't either.
You'd have to look it up. I'm just surprised you guys don't cover it because it's like it's so,
No,
it's
and
so
we should.
fun.
You're totally right. There's UFC Fight Night 254 happening.
Ooh, Fight Night's great because I get it on TV, then I don't have to pay for it.
Yep. But it looks like this weekend, it's UFC Fight Night again, and it's Marino versus Ekri. I don't know. Probably
There's so many fucking fighters now, dude. I'm
Which
so
one?
out
But
of
it's
the
a-
loop of everything.
It's a
I am
flyweight
too.
main
Hard
event.
to keep up.
It's a flyweight main event.
Damn.
Lightweight co-main.
Ooh.
Yeah. So, and then it looks like there's another fight night weekend April 5th, and then UFC 314 is Saturday, April 12th, and it looks like there is a feather.
Where's that at? In Las Vegas?
Mm-hmm.
New York?
Does not say
Austin.
UFC 314.
So, Nick, man, what else is
Miami,
going on?
Florida. Miami, Florida is where that UFC fight is taking place.
Sounds fun.
Yeah, Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopes.
Alexander Volkanovski?
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be a dope-ass fight, dude.
Yeah. Yep.
He's my boy. Guy's a savage.
He looks like a killer.
He lost, I think, to Max Holloway his last fight.
Oh, and then it looks like the
I don't even
fight
know.
before the main card is Patty.
Who's he fighting?
Michael Chandler.
That's not. I'm not a huge fan of that, dude, because I think Chandler's gonna beat the shit out of Patty.
Do ya?
Patty's fatty, dude. He's a fatty fucking. He's a big dude. He is. Patty Pimbleton is a fat dude. He eats nonstop, just shit. Michael Chandler is a. I wish Conor McGregor. You guys know Conor McGregor's running for president of Ireland?
Good for him.
Dude,
I did
he's
not know
running
that.
for president of Ireland, and he's probably gonna win.
He's probably
Because
gonna win.
everybody are from Ireland, they're just fucking drunk on sons of bitches. Like, Conor McGregor.
Shout out Shane Lowry and Rory McIlroy. But
like Shane
yeah,
Lowry.
dude. All right, we have ran this Hulaham hour over to almost 90 minutes this week.
We've been on here for 90 minutes.
Yeah, we have.
Hour and a
believe it or
half?
not. Yeah, we sure have. So
I got so much more to talk about.
then lay it on us, dude. Give it to me. Give it to me.
Well,
I'm gonna
mean-
grab us. I'm gonna hang on one second.
I am
grab a
signing
beer
off
for us?
shortly.
Here, I just wanted
What's
to
that?
shout out real quick.
I'm gonna sign off shortly.
Yeah, no worries. Let's do it. All right.
Looks like I got to rock and roll.
Yeah, no worries. All right, so welcome again to the Hulaham Hour. Appreciate all your support. Jeff, we really appreciate you coming on the cast this week. We
Hey.
definitely will be having you back.
Thanks for having me on, guys.
Yeah, for sure.
Love having you, brother.
Yeah, so
We did not land on the moon. Aaron Rodgers, do not, whatever you do not come. Where's he going now?
Pittsburgh.
It is
He's
Pittsburgh.
going to be in
then.
Pittsburgh, yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah. So, anyways, ladies and gentlemen, thank you again for tuning into the Hulaham Hour. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. We appreciate all the support. With that being said, Jeff, again, thank you very much for being on the cast today.
Appreciate
Nick,
it, brother.
As always, we will see you next week. And ladies and gents, we are Hulaham out.